We saw the levels. This is the elements of the SAQF system. We saw the levels. We saw the hours, and we knew that SAQF system use learning hours instead of credit hours. Okay, and we knew why, to differentiate between different subjects, different courses, and different programs from the point of view of the workload allocated to the students. We will move to the learning domains. Right. In the NQF, the last version, okay, NQF, National Qualification Framework, the old version of the Saudi Arabian Qualification Framework, we always used 5 domains. That's right. The knowledge, the cognitive skills, and put some line under the skills word, cognitive skills, interpersonal skills, communication, IT, and numerical skills, and psychomotor skills. Okay? So you always have knowledge and different types or 4 types of skills. Okay? These are 5 domains were in the NQF. Now the SAQF, the Saudi Arabian qualification, reduced the number of domains into 3. So SAQF use 3 domains of learning, and as we define domain is the general board, the general term describing learning outcomes. Okay? What are these domains? Start with domain 1, which is the knowledge. Knowledge is known. Knowledge is the data, facts, informations, concepts, everything, theories, terms, these kind of things, which doesn't need any, just need understanding, memorizing, these kind of things. Okay? These are the knowledge, and it's the same thing like the old NQF. Knowledge is knowledge. There's no problem with knowledge. And we never have problem with knowledge in our colleges or in our programs, in our, never. Okay? Everyone has the knowledge and give the knowledge to his or to her students. Okay? We always have problems with, starting from here, from the skills. So what are the skills? What are the skills? Okay. Skill. What is skill?
The first teaching year for you, you have knowledge, but perhaps you don't have
skills. I agree, because you have to give knowledge before you can give a skill, because the skill is the application of knowledge in practice. How to apply knowledge in practice? This is a skill. Very easy described. Skills has different types: cognitives, physicals. It is a collection of cognitive and physical attributes. Skills have many times, as we knew from the old NQF, interpersonal, communication, numerical, IT, cognitive, psychomotor. All these are skills. And all of these skills are put in here. Okay? Third type of domain, which were newly introduced by SAQF, are the competencies. Competencies are the most important concept nowadays in the educational program. How can I develop a competency inside or in a student? How can I make the student to work properly in life? This is a competency. So the competency is using the knowledge, the skills in normal life work. This is a competency. I am competent to do my work. This is what this competency is all about. The ability to use knowledge and skills in practical context or in real life. The performance in life. This is the competency. When you talk about competency, you always talk about practical context related to the work, related to the life. This is a competency. Right. It's not only that. SAQF introduced competencies and divided or classified competencies into three things. You can consider these as subdomains, maybe. You can consider it as subclasses. It is up to you. Consider it as you want. Subcategories. Okay. What are these subcategories? These are the autonomy and responsibility in applying knowledge and skills. Number two, the practice for knowledge and skills in the work environment. Number three is one very important thing, which is the attributes related to behavior and social dimensions of the functional behavior. Attributes. American system, they depend on knowledge, skills, and attributes. Attributes are very important. Attributes. Yeah.
No, the correct is attitude.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The attitude. Yes. So this is the computer work. So this happens when you depend on the computer writing. Okay? No, it is attribute. That's right. Attribute related to behavior and social. That's right. Attributes, yes. Attributes, yes. No. This is attribute. American system depend on the attitude, but this is the attribute related to behavior. This is the same thing. When attributes related to behavior, it is attitude. That's right. That's right. Yeah. When attribute related to the behavior, this is attitude. That's right. So the same word. This is the same word, but whatever they put here is the attribute related to behavior. This is what they want. Anyway, this is the most important. It's not important. This is the most hard part to measure. Anyway, put in your mind that these domains of learning will give you the learning outcomes for the program. The learning outcomes for the program you need to measure. It's not only I'm putting these and that's it. No, you need to show that you are measuring these, and this will come in the registration standard after a while. You have to measure these, and measuring these attributes for behavior or attitudes are very, very hard. And even putting the learning outcomes for this part is hard. It needs some thinking. Anyway, competencies, three things: autonomy, practice, and attributes of behavior. Yes?
In number two, they are considering the knowledge and skill as one category?
Yes. This is the competency. You are considering whatever you learn in knowledge and the skills, mixing together and apply this in life. This is competency.
I have a question here about how to measure the psychomotor. Is it in 2 or 3?
2. Psychomotors are skills. Psychomotors are skills. It is called psychomotor skills. They are called that. It's not me. They are called psychomotor skills.
But in competence section 2, practice for knowledge, skill.
Yes, this is another thing. When you read it here, inshallah, I will give you the papers now. You will notice it's a very different concept somehow. Right. Okay, so we knew the elements, the components. Now moving to the descriptors. The most important part of SAQF is the level descriptors. From the name, level descriptors are some kind of criteria which describe the level from the point of view of the learning domains. Okay? Yes?
Just a project on the previous slide, did they mention the quantitative percentage of each of these subcategories
No.
in the different fields?
No. It is up to you. It is up to your program. It's up to your college. It's up to your level. Where are you in the college? So is courses of level 1 will have different things in level 2, level 3 until level whatever. Okay? So it is totally up to you. This is a flexibility given by SAQF. Good question, this one. Level descriptors, they are some kind of criteria which describes the learning outcome related to each level under each domain. So always in a level descriptor you will find a table putting the level number at the beginning and give you the domains, knowledge, skills, competencies with the three of them, the autonomy, the practice, and the attributes, and give under each one the descriptions, the criteria. These you have to fulfill to put your qualification in this level. So these criteria you have to fulfill to put your qualification in this level. Let's say that this criteria, and I will show it to you after a while, these are not the learning outcomes. Don't put it or don't use it as the learning outcome. Don't use their wording as the learning outcome. However, you have to put the program learning outcome to be related to these criteria. I will show it to you now. This is the shape of a level descriptor. This is level 7. I will give it to you now here. If you can see here, level 7. So this is level 7 here. And what is describing the level? This is the domains of learning. Here is knowledge, skills, and competency. And under the competency, we have autonomy, you have practice, and you have attributes. Okay? And you will have these points here. These points are the description. Okay? My learning outcome should be in a matrix with this, should be related to this. For example, for my qualification to be in level 7, my knowledge learning outcome should be matched with these: broad understanding and critical view of the practice theory, something like this. Okay? So when you put your learning outcome of the program, it has to be matched here. You want to increase, no problem. But to decrease, no. This is the threshold. This is the minimum. You cannot go below this. If you go below this, you are not belonging to level 7. You can be with level 5, level 6, whatever, but you are not with level 7. So, in your program, you should have a matrix. You should have a matrix between your program learning outcome and this. Yes?
If we look at this table, we can find a big difference between the skills and competencies. If you look here, demonstrate the potential for management of complex technical or professional activities and project teams. You can just find it there on the other side. Critically evaluate the approaches and methods to solve the problem. So I assume that rather than making a skills alone, it can be under the category of one of the competencies.
I totally respect your opinion, sir, doctor. But the thing, this is what they bought. You can, say yes, this is not here. This is what, but this is what they supplied us. This is the problem. This is fixed. This is the problem. I totally with you. I respect your opinion. However, this is what they supplied us. I cannot argue this. Did you get my point?
I'm not arguing, we are just projecting, and in some of the fields, the skill is part of the competence.
Let's say skills and competencies. There is no, very clear cut between the skills and the competencies. Let's say like this.
Even in the blueprint of some of our programming, it is there. It is part of
It is. You will find it. You will find it. But the thing is, if you see this is under competency, put it under competency. Did you get my point? Because we want to show that our programs are producing competencies in our graduate. This is the thing. This is the thing. Okay?
Yeah, here I think knowledge and skill in the first two columns. So knowledge, like they are coming to program and they are attending lecture. they should have procedure to apply those things to pass the program, to
Yes.
get the qualification.
Yes.
But competency, they should have, like, they are going to work environment, so maybe they have the skill, but they do not have the attribute, like they do not have the autonomy. They don't want to do work.
They don't know how to do it in the environment.
Practice. They don't want to produce in society. These kind of things.
This is a good understanding of the whole thing. Thank you very much. Good. Okay. Right. The complexity of learning outcomes, or the criteria of learning outcomes, increases as the level increase. I just did this for you. This is not found in the descriptor itself, but however, I made this for you just to see how the complexity increases from level 1, which wants you to know the basic facts, until level 10 wants you to know very complex learning, or want you to make very complex learning outcome. So this is just a hint about the increasing of the complexity of learning domains. I will just want to give you these now for each group, one for each group, and I want it back. I'm sorry. This is for this group, please. And just to do this, the whole group, I just want you to have a look on the first 3 pages of this. Same group? Is another group? Okay. Look at the first 3 pages and just. This is another group? Yeah. Okay. The first 3 pages of here, just look to the first 3 pages and compare. Just compare the criteria of different levels. This is for level 7, 9, and 10. Okay? Just compare the level of, by your eyes, just read and compare the level of complexity of the criteria itself. This is for this group. The first 3 pages, these are the level descriptors. Just see what is a level descriptor, okay? How it looks like, and read and compare the complexity of the learning of the criteria of learning outcomes. Level 7, as we said, this is the bachelor, and this is the most common between us. Level 9 is the master degree. Level 10 is the doctoral or the PhD degree. Compare the 3 of them. See what is under knowledge here and in level 9 and in level 10. What is under competency? What is under skills? What's required? And as I said, your learning outcome should match with this. In 5 minutes, please. دكتور دي بتاعتي انا حضرتك، بس يعني ما تقولهاش على حضرتك.
بص تسلم، شكرا.
I'm sorry for the list papers, but yes, but the thing is, I have level 7 only. This is level 7, yes. This is level 7, but you have to compare this with the level 9 and 10 just by, yes. The first paper you have, level 7 is on screen, okay? Then level 9 and 10 you have in the next and in the second and third paper. This is very useful for people who are going to make some kind of postgraduate program like master or doctorate or PhD. This is very important for them. To design the program, you have to go through here. The first document, you have to go through here, through level 9 or level 10 to be able to make the learning outcomes. So to design a program or to update a program, this is our first question. The first document or reference you have to use is SAQF. The first thing. And then after you finish with SAQF, go to the other things, benchmarking and surveys and the other. But however, the first thing you have to do, you have to go is SAQF, to design or to update your program from the beginning. This is the first document you have to use, then the other documents you can use after that. There's always a question like, okay, I am updating my program. What is the skeleton I should use? What I can depend on? I have to have something. This is something we always get from benchmarking. Okay? NQF was a little bit ambiguous. You cannot see from it very well. SAQF, I think, is more and more clear. There is some ambiguity, yes, but it is more and more clear than before in designing educational programs. Right. Let's move. This training is just for you to compare the level of complexity of learning outcomes between different levels, to understand why I'm putting this qualification in level 7 and why I'm putting it in level 8, to understand that you should not increase the level of complexity of learning outcome in your level unless you are moving to another level. And you should not put your learning outcome below this because you are moving down to another level, level 6 or level 5. This is the minimum. But again, you have a maximum by the next level. You have to be inside here. You have to match with this. Okay? All right, continue. Okay? Nice. Now we finished the core of this workshop, which was the component, the element of SAQF, and the descriptors. Descriptors is the connection between all what we have said about the domain of learning, about the levels. Okay? Now we are going to go through the registration with SAQF. How can I register? Okay, I know now I did design my program, but I want these people of SAQF to recognize me. I want to tell them that I did a good job. It's the same thing like accreditation. I did a very good job in quality assurance inside the college, and I want these people to accredit me, to recognize me, to tell other people that I did a good job. I have the minimum level or the minimum amount of education in this college which can produce a graduate with these attributes. Okay, I want people to recognize me. Okay, so if I want people to recognize that I made a good program, I designed a good program, I have to be registered in SAQF. I designed a good program, I have to be registered with SAQF. SAQF has two components, remember? Number one, the awarding body, and number two, the qualification. That's right. The registration steps and standards will be related to the awarding body, this is separate standards, and to the programs or the qualification and these separate study. Meaning that the university, if they want to apply for SAQF, they have to follow the institutional or the awarding body standards. But however, the program, if he want to apply or register with SAQF, they need to use these standards related to the qualification. Standards related to the awarding body, there are 7 standards with 25 criteria. The standards here are more or less like the accreditation standards, the same. And I think all of you have looked before on the accreditation standard. It's more or less like the standards of the accreditation standards. I mean the same shape, not the same content. The awarding body 1, operation of SAQF, 6 criteria. The qualification information and the qualification information management systems, this is 4 criteria. Qualification design, 6 criteria. Review and development of qualification, 1 criteria. Awarding and documentation of qualification, this is 4 criteria. Malpractice, this is 3 criteria. And appeal, and this is 1 criteria. These are the standards for the institution. I will not go through the standards of an institution here because I think the majority of us are related to our programs more than to the university. That's right? So the program standards which matters for you really, not the institution. But we have to know about these. These are the standards for an institution. And they like to make it like this, the people of SAQF themselves. Okay. Registration in the qualification, 7 standards again. What are these standards? The eligibility, this is number 1. This is 2 criteria, and we will go through this one by one now. Stockholder involvement, this is number 2. Qualification purpose, 3 criteria. Qualification title, this is 2 criteria. Qualification component, and this is 6 criteria. And there's a whole standard about the assessment of learning outcome. So just to say that we are not making learning outcome, the course or the program, just for making them. No, we are making them for assessment. We are making them for analysis. We are making them to complete the quality cycle and know what's going on in our courses and in our program. So it's not only just I'm making them and put them aside. Yes, I have a program learning outcome and that's it. This is not now. I mean, even from the registration, you have to show that you have a plan for assessment of learning outcome. Number 7, this is a new, not new, concept for SAQF, the entry requirement, the progression and the transfer, and we will know what the meaning of the 3 of them, and this is 3 criteria. We will go one by one in the qualification, qualification registration standards. Before going, we want to know what is in the document. In the small papers I gave you, in page number 4, after the descriptors, you will find this here. Okay, you will find this. Standard number 2, stakeholder involvement. See this one, and you will find standard number 3 with it, after it, directly after it. Okay, you can have a look on these to see these. So what you look at here or at your papers are the shape of the standards, how it comes, how the standards are formed. This is it's like the accreditation standard, the same thing. You always find the title of the standard. Here, standard 1, eligibility. You will always find the wording of the standard. It's like the accreditation standard directly. It is in the page behind, the last 2 pages. The last 2 pages. Okay? You will always find the wording, and then you will find the criteria. This is again in No? No, standard 1. He is standard 2. It's the same thing. I'm just talking about the shape of the standard. The shape of the standard. How it is supplied in the document. You will always find the title, like here, eligibility. Number 2 is the wording. In standard 2, you will find other wording. And then the criteria. Criteria is about small thing which is required by the standard. How can I fulfill it? You can see this in the standard 2. And then this is new a little bit, the guidance. How can I do this? How can I fulfill this criteria? How can I fulfill this criteria? And the evidences, what are the evidences required to fulfill this criteria? This is the shape of the standard. This is the shape of the standard. Okay? Very well.